I've reviewed SiteGround in the past, but that was in 2019, and I don't think that review accurately represents SiteGround anymore, since their platform has undergone a lot of significant changes in 2020. But me personally, in the past, I wasn't a big fan of SiteGround. But with all of these changes made, guess what?
It's redemption.
In this SiteGround review, I'll go over absolutely everything you need to know about SiteGround. Price, performance, support, features, hidden fees, and overall, are you getting a good deal and is SiteGround the place for you to host your website? This is how SiteGround used to look when I was reviewing it back in 2019. And I mean, look at this, ads and special offers everywhere, drop-down menu hell, everything just feels old and outdated. Not what you would expect from a premium quality product. This old SiteGround design had a coming soon message lingering over my head for quite some time now, announcing that this design is about to get updated. So I assumed that the SiteGround engineers are cooking up something quite special. Fast forward a couple of months and this is how SiteGround looks right now. You've got a nice and clean looking home screen, you've got a control panel to manage all of your different websites from one screen, you can access the WordPress panel of each website individually, or you can go to Site Tools and work on custom email addresses, databases, see the statistics of your website. Overall, just gorgeous, easy to use and informative. If I was SiteGround, I would consider starting my own show on MTV called Pimp My Site, because this is by far the best visual and functional upgrade that I've seen from a hosting company in quite a while now. I wonder how it would go.
So you want to be a player, but your wheels ain't flying. You gotta hit us up to get a pimped out ride.
Okay, so all jokes, memes, goofs and gaffes aside, having a service that looks great and is easy to use is excellent. But it's not essential. What you should be looking at when you're looking for a web hosting company is actually their price, performance, features, and the support that they're offering. So let's look at each of these aspects one by one right now. According to SiteGround, they have the best available technology to make your website faster, more secure, and easier to manage. But this is absolutely nothing new. Every single web hosting company claims that they're the fastest, they have the best technology, and your website will be fastest using their services. And every single time I hear this claim, I go like, is it though? Is it really the fastest? So I do my own testing. I got the most expensive shared web hosting plan from SiteGround called the Go Geek plan, and I'm gonna be doing all of the performance tests using this plan. Just for a simple control test, I've installed a completely new WordPress installation that comes together with any SiteGround plan. The whole process took me around 3 minutes. The only thing I've changed here is the theme. I changed it to 2017 as I always use this one for tests, but other than that, this is the configuration that comes straight out of the box with SiteGround. I've used GTmetrix and Pingdom to test the loading speed of my website. GTmetrix reported that this empty WordPress website with the default SiteGround configuration loads in 0.8 seconds. Pingdom showed an even faster result, 0.3 seconds loading time. But what does this mean? Well, it's pretty much as fast as you can get testing just an empty WordPress website. Anything under 1 second is considered extremely good, and anything close to 1 second is still acceptable. But keep in mind that this is just an empty WordPress website, and it's not that hard to get these results with the more expensive plans. Let's try putting some load on my website and see how SiteGround performs then. I've worked on this website a bit, I've added a lot of design elements, pictures, text, backgrounds, videos. Basically, I've simulated an actual website. Here's how my website looks right now. As you can see, there's a lot more going on. I redid both tests, and this time GTmetrix showed a loading time of 1.8 seconds. I did the same loading speed test with Pingdom, and it reported 1.2 seconds. So, is this fast? Oh yeah, this is like A+++ in terms of speed. Let me show you a quick example using other web hosting providers and differently priced plans. Here I have an identical website, but this one is hosted on Hostinger using their $1 a month plan. It loads in 3 seconds according to GTmetrix. I've also done the same exact test with HostGator and their cheapest plan. It's somewhere around $2 a month. And my website loaded in 5.2 seconds. So far, it seems that more money equals more better. So if you got cash to blow and want to be the coolest kid on the block with your fast loading website, and obviously shame those who can't reach loading speeds as fast as yours, go with SiteGround. But as I often say on this channel, speed isn't everything, so I did what any good geek does and did more testing. A couple of months before shooting this video, I've set up a monitor to check how often my SiteGround website goes offline. In recent years, website stability has improved dramatically, but there are still some anomalies that happen here and there. As you can see here, in the last 30 days, my SiteGround website was online for more than 99.99% of the time, experiencing just one instance of downtime for 1 minute. Okay, so at this point, I know what you might be thinking. Oh wow, these really expensive plans are actually fast and stable? Who would have thought? I'm glad we did all of this testing. Yeah, kinda. But I never take what these companies say at base value. I always want to do my own testing because often web hosting companies overpromise and underdeliver. And in the past, SiteGround didn't used to perform all that good for me. But after they upgraded to Nginx and PHP 7.3 and moved to Google Cloud Infrastructure, the impact really shows. Their performance went up significantly. At the moment, SiteGround plans are more expensive than most other providers. They've always been a premium, not a cheap choice when it comes to hosting, starting at $6.99 a month. If it's hard for you to put this price into perspective, two other excellent web hosting companies that I often recommend on this channel, Hostinger and DreamHost, have their cheapest plans start at 89 cents and $2.59 respectively, making them quite a good chunk cheaper. We've already covered that at least at the time of making this video, SiteGround offers better performance, so that's why they're charging more. But which plan should you get, and why aren't cheaper options just as good? Really quick, I know that this is not what you came for in this video, but I want to mention that my videos are sponsored by affiliate links. That means if you make any purchases through the links in the description, I'll make a small commission. These videos take a loads of time to properly research, script, film, and then edit. So it's really helpful if you're making any purchases. If you use the links down below, I'll make a commission, you'll get a discount, and I can continue doing what I'm doing, do more testing, buy more web hosting plans. Thank you for your support, thank you for listening, and let's get back to this SiteGround review. Well, here's the thing. There's a reason why there's no universally best web hosting company. Different people have different needs. And the plan you get with SiteGround, or even if you choose SiteGround, largely depends on what you need. For example, when buying any plan with SiteGround, you don't get a domain name for free. And by the way, a domain name is your website name. So you'll need to buy that separately, but you do get daily backups for free. A domain name usually costs around $8 a year. Daily backups usually cost around $15 to $30 a year. In theory, SiteGround is giving you a better deal for your money by offering the free daily backups instead of a free domain name. But here's the thing, a domain name is mandatory to start a website. Daily backups is just something that's nice to have. Of course, if you already have a website, you have a domain name, the daily backups will be like a billion times more useful to you than another domain, if that makes sense. What I'm getting at is you shouldn't buy a 10-seat minivan if you're single with no kids. And pretty much in the same way, it's going to be a waste to buy an unlimited web hosting plan that has website staging, backups on demand, and Git support if you're just planning on hosting one website that has your portfolio on it. That being said, I would actually skip the startup plan entirely, and if you're planning to go with SiteGround, I would look at the better plans. Because that's where all of these SiteGround specific features lie, and that's where all of the value from using SiteGround comes. If you're going to choose a premium web hosting service like SiteGround to host your website, either go all the way and use all of the premium features, or just go with a cheap web hosting company. As I've mentioned before, DreamHost or Hostinger is a good option. The only reason I would recommend getting the startup plan is, well, if you got cash to blow and you don't really care about the money, you just want an objectively faster website, and you'll have the ease of mind knowing that you'll have the best product on the market right now. What makes the Grow Big and Go Geek plans so special and premium? By paying $9.99 a month, you'll be getting all of these standard features like a free professional email box to create emails like this, or even this. You'll also get a free SSL certificate. SSL certificates add a lock next to your domain and encrypt your website. It's a mandatory security feature that you'll definitely want. And most importantly, you'll be able to host unlimited websites on one account. So every time you want to make a new project, just buy a domain name, go to your dashboard, click add website, and boom, you've got a completely new website, no need to buy additional hosting plans. But what makes these plans special and worth the increased cost, besides better performance obviously, are these features right here. You get on-demand backups, and backups are essentially past versions of your website, and you choose which one you want to use if needed. You know how in games, before you do something really stupid, you quick save, and then if your idea backfires, you can reload that save and try again? Well, backups are exactly like that. They're saves of your website. You get WordPress auto updates, which do exactly what it sounds like they do. Update the WordPress version and plugins on your website automatically to save you time. Because ain't nobody got time to check for updates every single day, and I can guarantee that you'll forget to install updates at one point or another, so doing it automatically is a great option. Next up, website staging. What exactly is website staging? Well, it's a tool that allows you to create a copy of your website, make edits to the copy, and then update your live website with all of the changes made on the copy version. Because website staging lets you make substantial changes to your website without experiencing any downtime, since you're working on a completely different version that the users don't even see. It's like magic. It's magic. You have two identical websites. Let's call them website 1, which is your live website, and website 0, which is a website created using the staging tool. Users are able to visit and interact with website 1, but not with website 0. Now, you want to change the website design of website 1. The way you do it is you actually make all of the changes on website 0, and once they're ready, you simply merge the websites together. This way, you get all of the changes and repairs done with none of the downtime. And this isn't your standard run-of-the-mill feature that comes with every single web hosting company everywhere. This is quite rare, and Bluehost doesn't do this, Hostinger doesn't do this, I know HostGator doesn't do this. DreamHost does, but it's a new feature. It used to be reserved for developers. Now it's coming as a standard package for shared web hosting plans, and I think this is like a huge technological step up for creating better websites on shared web hosting plans. Another notable feature of the Grow Big plan with SiteGround is the ability to add collaborators to your account. And this is mostly a tool for people who do a lot of freelance work. Sometimes I create a lot of websites for other people, but I can't really give them the login information to the backend because it's a little bit of a security issue if there's no collaboration tool. Because let's say I have a plan that lets me host unlimited websites, and I create a website for someone, I host it on this unlimited plan just to be part of like 1 out of the 30 websites that are hosted on this plan. Problem is, without the collaboration tool, there's only one login and password for the whole account. So if I gave that to one of my clients, he would have access to the 29 other websites as well. Using the collaboration tool, you can give certain people access to certain parts of the account, and they'll have to use their own SiteGround account to log in and manage everything. It's an amazing tool if you're a freelancer or you want for someone to take a look at your website, but you don't want to give them your login information. Not many web hosting companies have this feature. At the moment, I only know Hostinger and SiteGround that's properly utilizing this at a low cost, but it's definitely something that's gonna be a lifesaver if you're doing a lot of freelance work. But I did notice there are some quote-unquote hidden fees for certain features that do not come with any of the plans, and the plan pricing can be confusing to some people. For example, all of these prices that you see right here are actually promotional prices. Let's say I buy the Grow Big plan for 12 months. I would have to pay $120 upfront, and I can use this plan for a full year. But after 1 year, you'll need to renew your subscription. This time, the price won't be so low. The $9.99 a month would turn into $24.99 a month, and 1 year would cost you $300 instead of $120. And additional security tools that protect your website from malware cost $20 per year, on top of your hosting subscription. Also, when you're registering your account, make sure to edit which data centers you want your website to be located in. Super important, choose the data servers that are gonna be closest to the majority of your users, not you. So if you're expecting a lot of users from the United States, host in the United States. Because the lesser the distance between the server and your customer, the faster your website is gonna load for that customer. If you choose the wrong data centers and want to change them later, that's going to cost you around $25 extra. SiteGround advertises 24/7 chat support, but I couldn't find it anywhere at first. There's no button that pops up, there's no separate support tab to be found, but there is this help center that you can reach by clicking the question mark. It has a contact us button, but at first I thought it's just email support. So I wrote to the support staff through email, asking them how can I contact them through the live chat that's advertised. To their credit, my ticket was answered in a couple of hours. That's pretty fast. And this is the response that I've got. To contact live chat support, you have to go back to the Contact Us page, then select Billing, then select Other, then type in your question, and the live chat shows up as soon as you click the Submit button. Definitely not the most convenient and effective way of contacting the support through chat. What I've noticed that some categories offer chat support, some don't. You don't really know which one is gonna be before you hit that submit button. And I think SiteGround is trying to determine which problems are best solved from which channels. And I gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of this. I completely understand this from a business point of view, like it makes complete sense. They need less staff, they can answer the problems more accurately, but from a customer's point of view, I don't really care. If I'm paying for 24/7 live chat support, I expect that live chat support button to be there on the screen at all times. And it doesn't matter if I want a glass of water, I can contact the support and ask them for a glass of water. It doesn't matter that they're not gonna give me one, but I still have the option of contacting them at least. Anyways, in my opinion, the absolute best way to test how good a support team is to actually give them a hard problem to solve. So there's a small chance that I have infected my website with viruses and malware on purpose. Then I tried to break my website by uploading 30 gigabytes of footage on it, and maybe I've used extremely high resolution 8K images on my website to slow it down even further. Then I asked the SiteGround support staff to help me. Here's how everything went down. What not to do on your website 5-step guide. Step 1. You know the old saying, less is more? More is more, and what we need more and more is plugins. So I've downloaded over 200 plugins. I have no idea what most of them do, obviously. Step 2. You know all those mumbo-jumbo optimizations these companies force on your website? Go ahead and turn every single one of them off. So goodbye Nginx, goodbye Memcached, I want my website to be slow. Step 3. There's something about my website design that's just not working out for me. We're missing these 8K incredibly detailed images that I refuse to scale down because people need to experience them in their full glory. Step 4. I'm paying for 30 gigabytes of disk space, so I'm going to use 30 gigabytes of disk space. That means I'll upload various footage on my server, for safekeeping of course. And step 5. Simply install malware and viruses on your website. Okay, on a more serious note, this is a shared web hosting plan that I'm using. That means I'm sharing it with other people, and if I get infected with malware, there's a chance that other people will get infected as well, and I don't want to compromise their security just for a video, because in bird culture, that's considered a dick move. But I got the next best thing. I've actually called up my friend. I asked him to write a custom piece of code that's gonna simulate how malware acts. I later uploaded all of those files on my website, and instead of being harmful, it's more just like really annoying, but I'm totally in control and it's not gonna infect other users. So every time a page is visited on my site, you'll see this alert. If you click any of the buttons, you'll get redirected to this page. And even if you don't, you'll still get redirected after 30 seconds. Also, every single millisecond, the footer is loading 99999 lines of empty text to slow down the site. This website is in pretty bad shape. Let's contact the support. I've told them that I have no idea what's happening to my website. It's now slow, there are redirects, so please help me. I've got a response back quite fast explaining that my website, well, is garbage and I should work on it myself. I've broken my website so badly that the support agent couldn't even perform a speed test. Not happy with the response, I've pleaded with them asking for any kind of advice on what should I do. And I've got another response explaining that my website was working fine before I broke it, so I should load a backup and it'll be fine. Technically, that was the easiest fix, they were correct, so I can't be mad at them, but they didn't want to do anything for me, they just guided me towards the fix so I could do it myself. What did we learn from all of this? absolutely nothing. No, but in all seriousness, if SiteGround handled this, I'm pretty sure they can handle anything you throw at them. Overall, I really like the new SiteGround update. Now it truly feels like a premium product. In their 2020 update, the visual style got better, ease of use got better, performance got significantly better, and the only thing that I personally believe that got worse compared to 2019 is their support team. But that's largely to their decision to hide the chat button. Why would you hide the chat button, guys? Just bring it back. Anyways, do I recommend SiteGround? Absolutely yes. I think there's no one that's gonna be disappointed if you buy a SiteGround plan right now. They're a great web hosting company, and if you got cash to blow or just want the ease of mind that you got the best product available, go with SiteGround. But if you're just looking for a simple website for your simple blog or a portfolio, this expensive option might not be the best for you. I would recommend you check out Hostinger or Bluehost, because chances are that their cheap web hosting plans will offer the exact same performance on your website because you're not putting a lot of strain on the server. My name is Emit, and this was my revisit of SiteGround. I hope you enjoyed this new longer style of video. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And I have more reviews, more tutorials, and just more content on my channel, so consider subscribing and checking that out. Good luck making your websites, and I'll see you in the next video.